So the day has come. I am about to leave. Done packing my stuff, heading out to the airport. So I just landed. Okay, no, I just didn't land. I just got to the hotel. I just got to my hotel room. The time right now is around 11:30ish here p.m. in Nigeria. I had a 30-hour flight. Look at my eyes. Anyway, I am going to quickly pull up a blog post and then do some readings and then head to bed right away. There are 3 meetings we have tomorrow, and one is very early, around like 8 a.m. at 8 a.m. So I need to be ready before that. And yeah, apart from that, it feels good to be home. I can't believe it still, and it's so we're staying in somewhere called Victoria Island, and it's really beautiful. Once it's a little bit brighter outside, in terms of the day, I will post or show you guys what it looks like. But yeah, I'm gonna go do some work and then head to bed. And I ordered jollof rice and fish. I'm so excited, and spicy fish. Shout out to all the people who know what jollof rice is. It's just really good food, and I didn't like the food on the plane. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning. Yes, I am really sweaty. I just came from the gym. I couldn't fall asleep easily, and so I've been up since about 6, so I decided to go for a gym run. The view is amazing. I'll make sure to show it right after this. Apologies for this room being a little bit messy now, but here is the hotel shower. There is this over here. My blazer is hanging up. Yep, this is it. My stuff is kind of everywhere now. And The best part is the view. Look at my view, guys. Amazing. So this is Lagos. So first meeting went really good. I had a talk with the Intelligence Community Foundation. That basically is a think tank non-profit organization that is based in US and Canada that basically assists different cities across the world on how they can better attract investment and also having a holistic approach towards economic development. Not just looking at the brand. Just not looking at the aspect of economic development in terms of numbers or data, but also using the data that is collected to basically create cities that have the civilians at the core of it. So looking at things like the education, how is culture and heritage implemented in the city, how is a sense of prosperity promoted, and if a community is prosperous, how are they sharing their ideas and knowledge to other communities. It's a very, very cool approach, but I just changed out, heading for a little bit of sightseeing. Hopefully that goes well. The process to finding one was quite a challenge, given safety concerns here, but it's all good now, and we're gonna head out. So today is the first day of the first conference for mining and agribusiness. We're going to be heading there in a couple minutes, probably about an hour. And it is very groggy today. It rained. I am already sweating. It is very, very humid. But I am excited about the speakers I'm going to hear today.
At the rate that we should grow in this country unless there's massive foreign direct investment. And policy welcomes it. However, that policy is not properly sold, and a reputation history allows the kind of thing that happened in telecommunications, so that people who should have moved in quickly think, oh, not Nigeria, until those who had the courage, or those who, well, they just the neighborhood saw more clearly, moved in and took the cake. Clear example is mining. The possibilities in mining, just go back to Andrew's presentation, phenomenal.
A quick rundown of today. It was amazing. Amazing is even like an understatement. And the reason why I say that is because we were looking particularly into the mining and agricultural sectors in terms of the opportunities that here in Nigeria, and it's immense, guys. From need for equipment to seeding practices to funding. Like, the Nigerian market, number one, is huge. 180 million people, and at the same time, there are a lot of things that need to be actualized. There are a lot of opportunities that need to be actualized. And so we had different people talk. We had someone from the chief economist from PwC talk. We had John G. Young from the the Intelligence Community Forum. We also had a representative from the Ondo government come talk about what they're doing in terms of economic development and how to attract investors. And so I definitely know that I'm going to be back in Nigeria multiple times, because there is a lot of opportunities here that and need for collaboration with different companies abroad, and at the same time to start something here that could provide jobs and that could improve the sector itself. But that's it. I am about to eat some good fried rice. I'm excited because I'm hungry. It was a hot day, but yeah, it was a really, really great event. And just
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to have you here with us. This quarter edition of the Senior Executive Networking session. Today, we shall be looking at global supply chains and the fourth industrial revolution.
This. I think that it takes very little. It always seems impossible. It just takes a few committed individuals to change a lot of things. And the more we connect up the world, the more the ideas of how we can make this happen become, it should be self-evident.
today is the day. I am going to have a fresh pounded yam for the first time in 10 years. When I finally eat some Nigerian food, I had real pounded yam. Like, it was actually pounded. I've lived in Canada for 10 years and I haven't had real pounded yam in a while. So forgive me for being a little bit local. I don't really care. I really enjoyed it. So, damn, my stomach is so full. And I have to be up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. It's 10. No, it's 11. I don't think I'll be able to blog today because I need to email a bunch of people. And I got new invites to tomorrow's summit. And the summit is the biggest part of this whole trip. And so I am very, very excited to see what will come out of this. But for now, peace out.
Create jobs for Africans, because that's our big challenge. Young population needs jobs. So we need to create that local ecosystem of digital services and applications. And I think Alison said it, we need to actually convert access and usage into real economic impacts as the first step on the journey of transformation for the region's economies. And one of the things that I really want to stress is we actually need to do the monitoring and the evaluation of our tech choices. That often lies with the NGO sector. And our friends from the media. But we don't see them actively involved in this kind of discussion. I've never heard in my local language any discussion of this issue. And unless we discuss it in our languages, our population is not going to be interested. Because even those who speak English, the English will not go to some of the technology terms that are going to be used. How do I explain cryptocurrency in my language? I can't do it. You know, we have to figure out how to do it. They are the experts. We also need to move faster on the fintech.
There's still a lot to be done in order for us to find development and to be able to actually unleash and, you know, tap into those opportunities that we have. Certainly, as far as, you know, the entrepreneurial spirit that has been alluded to several times today, that's a significant opportunity for us. You know, the population is a very young youth population, certainly in Nigeria and across Africa. That's something that needs to be tapped into. Very entrepreneurial. About 11% of the working population sets up businesses, and that's something that governments need to, you know, figure out a way to create perhaps economic clusters or locations where they could actually harness these you know, types of opportunities, and that's something that, you know, state governments in Nigeria and across Africa, certainly in Kenya and, you know, various other locations, are looking into.
I mean, Nigeria, yes, has its challenges, but it's also a huge market of 180 million people with an average age of around 19 years old. I mean, that's a huge labor force right there. There's a lot of information I have gotten over the past few days, and there is a lot of ways we can use technology, use blockchain, cryptocurrency, using ICT and communication to revolutionize the housing industry here. A number of industries, like not even housing, there's infrastructure, there is mining, there's agriculture. It's crazy. Like, Nigeria right now is a platter of gold and people need to grab it. Let's just say that. And I really want to encourage, I mean, I'm going to talk about this later in the vlog, but I really want to encourage any African diaspora out there, and wherever you are in the world, the country you're in, it's people that have built it. And our countries, our continent, it has the potential to grow significantly. Yes, there are issues. Yes, there are problems. But problems can be solved by people. Isaac Newton once said that you cannot solve a problem by thinking the same way, the same way that created the problem. So we can't traditionally think the same way we thought about before. We can take concrete actions to solve these things. The African dream, I believe, is bringing our continent and resurrecting our continent as a huge global powerhouse in terms of economically, socially, in a sustainable way. I want to encourage any Africans out there to consider that, to see basically different ways there could be mutual collaboration with whatever Western country you're in your own country, or even if it's whether you want to go back to wherever you are in Africa and just start something there. Trust me, just by walking down the street, you will see the opportunities there to start different types of businesses, to start a consulting firm, to start an NGO, to help, you know, booster the economy. Wow, it is the last day, or the last part of the conference just concluded. We had the Canadian Nigerian Chamber of Commerce networking / dinner / gala event. It was a red carpet, so I decided to wear some traditional, as you can see. I really have to say, this is probably one of the most impactful conferences I've ever gone to, and I'm saying that on a very, very serious note, in the fact that for me personally, I was able to really get a clarification and validate that Africa or African countries are continuously worth fighting for. I think at the end of the day, it actually even made me realize that there are a number of people, both overseas, on the ground, both native to the country or newcomers, or I guess immigrants themselves, are working to making the situation better, especially on the economic front, on the policy front. Is just not in the spotlight or in the media, and does not mean it's not happening. There is a huge number of people and stakeholders that are actually doing a number of work and putting relentless effort, and sometimes they're not even paid. It's all on a volunteer basis, just on the hope and the ambition to continue to develop and to continue to grow and to make mutually beneficial situations for all parties involved. Pardon my slow brain, I am getting tired, and it's been quite a day. But hey, this is part of the game. Part of the game is sometimes you're tired, but you keep running until you need to take another breath. And so